Conan, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of your women. That is good. That is good.
Hello, welcome to Wahoo Warrior. This will be the fourth battle in a series of a linear tournament type campaign that me and my buddy have been playing in. Dwarfs vs. Skaven, and it's Queek the Head Taker versus Grim Burlixon. Actually, be probably his father in the timeline. And so I'm kind of using those special characters mainly for this tournament, and also to try to get an idea on how powerful or not powerful that character is. I'm planning to go to 4 GTs this year, and I'm planning to use Dwarves, so I'm trying to use them a little more to get an idea of how I want to make a list to try to be competitive with all the Glotkin stuff and the Elf stuff and the Undeath coming out. Need to have at least an idea how to counter some of that stuff, and I need to know what my units can do before I get to that part. Gunline or Vanguard combat heavy, or some hybrid in between. A lot to think about and a lot to try to put together. But so in this game here, my list is pretty much mostly gunline-ish, but it's not a typical. It's not straight up gunline. I guess it would be kind of a hybrid. I don't know. It seems to, when I put it together, it seemed like it would mesh well. I've got 20 Longbeards, 1 hand weapon shield, and then I've got 20 Iron Drakes, or actually 19, and then 25 Hammers with the 12-inch Stubborn Banner, and the Iron Drakes have the 2 times Rune of Slowness, and then I've got just a unit of 25 Thunders, and with the Champion with the Brace of Pistols. And my idea when I put this list together, I could bounce this character. He can buff a unit to give him extra range, or reroll misses, or help that flame cannon out. But yeah, after kind of play testing a few, I'm just going to try to have him focus on helping the Iron Drakes and turn them from a good tough unit to an elite unit with the 2 runes of slowness and the stand and shoots and whatnot. I may actually keep going along that avenue with some future lists and maybe put a combat character in there. But so from left to right, there's my 20 Longbeards. Got a Runesmith in there, the rune of Spell Eating. He's also, I think I gave him a flaming attack to try to, if those Longbeards need a little support, getting a flame wound through. The Longbeards themselves have a Stubborn Banner because I wanted to be able to deploy them away from the 12-inch bubble and still be effective. Got a Flame Cannon, a Rune of Forging. I got my 20 or 19 Iron Drakes there, right in the center, with Grim Burlixon, the special character. He can increase their range by 2d6 inches, or allow them to reroll misses. In this scenario, it's kind of a modified watchtower, so I'm going to have targets right in front of me in that little bunker set of walls there. And then got my 25 Hammers with the full command. They've got the 12-inch bubble Stubborn Banner. Got a cannon, and in this game I took both cannons. Neither one have any runes on them whatsoever. They're naked. So yeah, I always read never ever take cannons without the Rune of Forging, but I'm going ahead and give it a shot. And I got 2 gyrocopters. Neither one of the gyrocopters Vanguard. The copters, and with the Storm Banner, just going to hope they can survive for a couple turns, and then maybe have some effect later on to either redirect or throw down some shooting. Just a little picture of my line there. There's my Hammers, and there's the rest of my unit from the front. So I go around the table to take a picture of the Skaven army. So here's the Skaven army, kind of traditional. He's got a unit of Storm Vermin up in that target. Now if you win the scenario, it's Watchtower, but it only provides you an additional 500 victory points. And we made it not a building; it's just a bunkered up, walled kind of enclosure. And then the other tiebreaker, since we played 4 games, would be if he kills my general, or if I kill his general, it counts as a win for a game. So it's like a tiebreaker. So if he would win this scenario, we'd be even. and if he killed my general, he'd win. So I've got the advantage. All I need to do is either kill his general or win the scenario, since I've won 2 of the 3 so far. But yeah, getting to his army, he's got Doom Wheel, Rat Dart, Clan Rats with the Grey Seer in it, and I think a Warlock Engineer. Actually, I think that's just a Warlock Engineer. Then he's got a big unit of 50 slaves. Yeah, it's just Clan Rats and Clan Rats. One of those 2 has a Grey Seer in it. He's got his Hell Pit here, another Rat Dart, a couple Lightning Cannons back there, and he's got another unit of Storm Vermin, and it's the Queek, the Head Taker Storm Vermin unit. And they're the higher weapon skill, higher strength, and Queek's no slouch, especially against dwarves. He kills them pretty quick. Just the same picture. He's got a Rattling gun, which he just modeled up. He's pretty excited to use. He's never had a Rattling gun before, and he thinks it's going to. But he's hopeful that it will do well. It's not bad to keep things out of the back lines. I don't have any fast cav or anything, being dwarves, so. Not a lot of the great targets, but maybe act as an anti-aircraft gun. It's just a blurry picture of the far left side of his line. He's got another unit of slaves out here. So, when I'm looking at his army after it's deployed, I'm just going to try to concentrate fire. I need to kill that Hell Pit. I'll take a couple target shots of opportunity against the Storm Vermin unit up front there. But it's just a great big overview of the board from his side. So we roll off to see who goes first. Actually, before that, I dropped my Rangers. I didn't know where really to put them. They couldn't fit back behind to try to get Lightning Cannon. I didn't want them over on the side where the Doom Wheel could zap them to death. So I decided to put them in these woods here. And I'm kind of hopeful that, if anything, maybe the Doom Wheel will go after them in the woods, and I'll get lucky with some dangerous terrain checks. Yeah, my ranked up Rangers, who I don't know why you can't upgrade those to skirmishers if they're smaller than 10 or something, but it's ridiculous. Lockstep marching 5 guys through woods. So I actually win first turn with the +1. We tied and had to roll again. So I go ahead and the Thunders don't have much of a target, so they go ahead and advance to try to get in a good firing position for next turn. He does pop the Storm Banner, as expected, so the helicopter can't really do much. It just kind of scoots over an inch or 2. I open up with my Iron Drakes, and even though I need, I think, 8s to hit, 4 base, long range 5, walls 7, yeah, and Storm Banner 9. I'm re-rolling, so I need a 6 followed by a 6. I'm able to kill about 3 with my Iron Drakes and my Grim Burluxen character firing. So I was surprised. Actually, I tried to fire a cannon. That sucked. I tried to fire 1 cannonball and knock down the wall in front of the Storm Vermin before I shot at him with my ballistic skill shooting, and I blew up my cannon. Yeah. So they say always take the Rune of Forging. I should probably do that. The other cannon hits a lightning cannon, I believe, and knocks it out. On his turn, Doomwheel comes into the woods just as I kind of thought. He's going to push them up and try to zap them. He goes a little farther than he wanted to, and he goes into the woods. And he rolls a dangerous terrain check, and he rolls a 1 and takes 2 wounds. The dice are there to remind him at the end of the movement phase to roll out a control check. I was kind of hoping he could just kill that thing outright. I know when I take Orcs and Goblins, my Chariots are always dying to dangerous terrain checks. And at the end of the movement phase, he does move out of control, and he takes off away from me. So that's great. The Woods plan is working well for the Rangers. So in his other moves, he just kind of advanced he moved 1 Storm Vermin unit behind that building. His Hell Pit comes moving up, and his slaves are... what did my cannon shoot? I didn't kill his lightning cannon this turn. Don't remember. Oh, 1 fired for the building, the other one fired for that wall, and the other lightning cannon, and the other one fired at a lightning cannon and blew itself up. So that's what happened. And I didn't hit the wall, by the way. I fired short. So that's the end of the Skaven first turn. I was able to fire all my war machines, and I don't know, kind of going back to the dwarf turn. My flame cannon shot very short, or very long, and it went all the way over, and only hit one guy with the tail end of it. And he had to still take a panic check, and he needed. He almost failed it. He just barely passed. So. But yeah, I didn't have a lot of shooting, but I was able to shoot on my war machines by rolling the 4 up. And the Storm Banner went away on his turn. So Storm Banner's gone. So, alright, starting Dwarf turn 2 in a minute. That's just his lightning cannons. One misfires and spins around and fires off into nowhere. And I don't believe the other one did much. The other one tried to sniper a gyrocopter, and it was only strength 2. And he didn't roll a 6, so no damage from the other lightning cannon. And then, so the dwarf turn, I elect not to go in front of them and try to fire a flame template. I'm just going to position one helicopter to start wreaking havoc next turn, giving it some options, pushing it up on the far right. And the other helicopter just kind of flits over in front of that unit to give it a nice flame template. I do make a mistake there, and I line it up right in front of my flame cannon, so it kind of wasn't really thinking very good there. The Longbeards on the left creep up just a little bit, and other than that, I'm just going to let them have it. My Thunders are probably a little too far to the left, but I still have that slave unit in my front arc. It's pretty tight too, because he's so long that it'd be hard for him to wheel and get in there. But so this turn of shooting, like there you can see that flame cannon is kind of blocked, but I can lay it down in a way where I can guess or mark the range, and any roll I roll won't hit the helicopter, but it's tight, and I'll only be able to kind of get the side of that Storm Vermin unit on a decent roll. So I wasn't really thinking. My main target this turn anyway is the Hell Pit. So he goes bye-bye. Iron Drakes, re-rolling misses. He doesn't get any cover modifier because he's a large target. So need 5s, re-rolling misses, strength 5 versus toughness 5, flaming attacks. Actually, the Iron Drakes did all but 1 wound, and then Grim Berlikson, his non-flaming shot, 2d6 shots, finishes it. So I didn't have to use another unit to help assist with dropping the Hell Pit. So the Iron Drakes knocked down the Hell Pit in 1 turn with the special character in there. That was pretty sweet. And then so that leaves the Thunders open to just kind of start shooting at the Storm Vermin. Even though they got the wall there, I only got 1 cannon left. I need to eliminate his lightning cannon, so fire the other cannon, and I do knock out a cannon. Those Storm Vermin in the middle aren't really much of a threat to anything, so I'm just going to let them be for right now and take away the targets that I can, that I know and in the past have decimated my units. So knock that out, fire some shots into there, and hey, what do you know? The flame template from the helicopter kicks the crap out of them. The flame cannon's able to kind of clip a corner and kill a few as well, and then the Thunders fire into them. So yeah, my shooting is wearing them down pretty quickly already. So that unit is it's pretty much depleted. He's got his clan rats moving up there with his Gracier. So it goes to Skaven turn 2. So, playing against Skaven is always basically a gut-wrenching concern about their magic. It's like, it can so quickly change a game and flip it. So I'm never happy until the Gracier's dead. And so he moves one of his 2 units on. They come on and are going to try to take out the flame cannon. So I believe turn 1, my opponent had tried to dreaded 13th the Iron Drakes, and he didn't announce that he was using a power scroll, and he rolled a 22. so he wasn't able to get the spell off. I think he wanted to use a power scroll, but he didn't announce it, and you can't roll and count it and then elect to use it. So I know he's got a power scroll, and he's going to try to fire off that dreaded 13th, and just, you know, it's a one use, cuts the casting cost in half. So his storm vermin with Queek move into the building. He attempts a charge with the slaves against the Iron Drake, or the Thunderers, and the Thunderers stand and shoot and kill a few, and he rolls Snake Eyes on his charge distance. One of many times my opponent this game rolled Snake Eyes. Usually not in a good situation, usually in charges. So see, the Doom Wheel comes trundling back up there by the trees. He's got the small block of slaves kind of by the woods there. I don't think they know what they really want to do at this point. They can't face off against Longbeard, especially without a general nearby. Maybe just kind of keeping the Rangers from charging into the flank. So yeah, there's the Doom Wheel. He's back in action, ready to roll. Oh, there I realized why that slave unit was creeping up there. They fire the Doom Rocket out, and he overshoots. I hate the Doom Rocket. The Longbeards aren't, I mean, it's strength 5. He'd hit basically everyone. He'd be wounding on 3s. My 4-up would become a 5-up. I don't have the grungy banner. So yeah, I would have made that unit quite a bit less. So, but he missed, and good news for the Dwarves. And turn 2 Dwarves starts with some moving, not much moving. Flame cannon on those slaves. It's going to ruin their day. So strength 5 template. He does pass his lookout, sir, but kills quite a few of them. Gyro comes flying over and flame templates them. So machine gun kills all but one. And he fails his panic and runs off the board. So yay, gyrocopter. Very versatile unit. Very nice to have. Then my other copter decides, since he's in that building, I don't want to do D6 hits, so I'll flip behind there and lay down some death on these slaves. And then my cannonball hits the cannon, and I roll a 1 to wound. So he's still got his lightning cannon. Not good. And yeah, so that was I've decided to fire my thunders at his little rat dart, and you can see the Packmaster right in front of his bunker unit. I did not want that thing screwing me up later. We would have +2 cover for the building. You can see I killed some slaves there. So he was a little, I don't know if he was just trying to get in my head. He's like, well, that's not quite the best target. But yeah, I've seen rat darts ruin my game. When my hammers, if those storm vermin come out of that building, I don't want anything in my way to charge him in the side. He tries to cap dreaded 13th, uses his power scroll, and I eat it, and I roll 5, and it's gone. Doomwheel tries to come into the woods, and fails another another dangerous terrain check, and he gets 5 wounds, and he's deceased. He's no longer a Doomwheel. He's a pile of scrap. So the woods saved the Rangers. They're still alive, and so he does get his charge with his now depleted. Actually, he can fit just fine since I killed so many. And you can see my helicopter. I got a retreat marker on there because it's fleeing. Because he did kill the lightning cannon, or the flame cannon with a cannonball. So, and they failed their leadership 9 and took off away from the flame cannon, and it ended up landing right there. And I marked that just so it'd show. The slaves come in. I think they maybe do a wound to the Thunders. The Thunders do more wounds back, and they don't pop because his general's right back there in that building, and his BSB. So turn 4, back to the Dwarves, and it's really looking good for me at this point. So on the left, my Rangers charged the flank of those slaves. I was going to charge my Longbeards, but I'm 99% sure he would have declared a flee. So after he held on the Rangers, I held. or I didn't do that, I just moved up. Charged with my hammers into the remaining of those storm vermin, hoping to overrun there. Reform my iron drakes into a kind of a combat block, start to head towards his general's unit, and my helicopter rallies. And my other helicopter just kind of flies over to the left to get in a position to do some damage. I throw a flame template down on his bunker unit. And yeah, so there's that. Now you can see that Packmaster had rallied, which is unfortunate because when I kill those storm vermin and overrun, he's going to be right in my way. And I'm still, even though he doesn't have Dreaded 13th, I do not want that damn Gracie running around throwing spells. I know he's taken 2 wounds by eating Warpstone tokens, and he's got 2 ones so far, and he's done at least he's done 1 wound to himself, but 1 or 2 wounds to himself with the Warpstone. So I shoot that with a cannonball, and guess what? I roll 1 again. So that's 2 hits and 2 ones to wound on the blessed lightning cannon. So don't kill that. Those storm vermin are actually, I think, still in the building. We just moved them around to the side. I do kill off his storm vermin in the center. Smash them apart pretty good, and I overrun, and I do make it into that guy. He actually had to take a leadership check for a unit destroyed. I was hoping he would fail it and flee away, and then I'd be able to overrun into the Gracier. He sticks on an 8 because his general was within 12, so that's unfortunate. Just need to try to keep that Gracier from getting away. But I do have the objective, and I've got 25 hammers on there, so my Rangers come in and actually win the combat and explode these slaves. I think I had 5 hits with hatred and 5 wounds. Killed 5. He did nothing back. And I'm just kind of grinding. This is where, it's like, man, that runesmith probably should have a great weapon. He's already used his scroll. This weapon skill 4, strength 3 attacks on these slaves, armor piercing would be. It's a slow grind. So strength 3 really can take all day to do any damage. But yeah, so there's my Rangers reform. Here I took a picture because I thought the Gracier was dead because he ate another Warpstone token, and I remembered that he wasn't quite dead because he made a lookout Sir on my flame template. I thought I had done a wound to him. So he's not quite dead. Not dead yet, like the Monty Python skit. He gets back up here in a second. But he didn't really go anywhere with his unit, and I'm able to, on his turn, kill that Packmaster and overrun and get into them. So that's pretty much going to be the game. It was kind of in a post-action discussion. I was wondering why he didn't bring a storm vermin with Queek the Head Taker and get them into the fray. Why he was so cautious with them, and I think he was getting a little demoralized at the shooting, and that is a psychological factor of a gunline type army. It is very aggravating to get one unit at a time blasted, and opponents who don't like playing dwarf gunlines can pretty much suck it as far as I'm concerned, because we don't have Dreaded 13th. We don't have every model in the unit take a toughness test or a strength test, an initiative test, or you're dead, no saves of any kind. This is our magic. So I took a soft kind of shooting list with some flavor to it. It's not all shooting all the time. But anyway, so back to the end of the game. I told it. So we just set up a quick matchup. My Iron Drakes and with his Storm Vermin, how that would go. And obviously, I told him, I said, either you can give me the +1 strength because I charged you, or I'd stand and shoot you. The math, I think, is better for the +1 strength. His character kills, almost auto-kills dwarves with that Queek. He's got all kinds of special rules against dwarves, and my guy's got nothing. So at I think the first round, it was either a push or I won by 1. I mean, he did like 4 overkill wounds on top of the 2 wounds for the guy in the challenge. But with the strength 5 of my guys, I was able to kill some. But then after that first round, it really obviously heads towards Stormbrumen dominating that, especially with the character. I do need to put a champion in this unit. I'm glad we kind of set this up because I realized I didn't have a champion. And if I'm going to run a special character, I need to have somebody to take that first challenge. But anywho, so win for the Dwarves, win for the campaign, and looking forward to getting some more Dwarf battle reports up. Again, like I said, I'm going to the Shiloh Slaughter GT in January. I've already got my tickets for that. I've got my Adepticon tickets, and I'm actually going to be playing Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The championships on Saturday, Sunday is 2,200 points. I'm playing an End Times tournament, which is wacky, on Friday, and the 3,000 point Big Brawl on Thursday. So lots of battle reports are going to be coming. That's not until May, but I got a GT in January, and I've got to come up with a Dwarf list that is competitive. And I know there's a lot of Fortitude, I think, is going to be factored quite a bit. And so I'm thinking about maybe a semi-Vanguard list. We'll see. And I'll put something together. Thanks for watching.